I have with me here a Ford Edge. Alright, so this Ford Edge has the check engine light and the TPMS light blinking. So in very short steps, I'm going to be showing you how to use a scan tool. I have with me an Autel MP8080TS. I'll be showing you how to simply use this scan tool to diagnose and figure out what's making those lights pop up. Before I continue, please do me a favor by hitting the like and subscribe button. I have with me an Autel MP808TS. TS means it has a radio to be able to communicate with the TPMS sensors. TPMS sensor is your tire pressure monitoring sensor. If we look here, it's one of the features of this scan tool. It allows us to pull all the sensors on the 4 tires. So I'm going to walk you through how to use this tool to check all the sensors in the car and figure out which one is faulty. With this scan tool, we can even know what the tire pressure is. The beauty of this scan tool is I don't even need to plug into the OBD port to be able to query the sensor. So for example, I'm going to be turning off the car. So notice I've shut down the car. We'll log into the TPMS mode, go to Ford. Because I already know what the model of the car is, I'll just pick the model and the year of the car. Then we'll proceed and look at the sensor. So this is a Ford Edge. The car is a 2017 Ford Edge, so we look for the one that tallies with 2017. So we go to this. Alright, so now we are ready. So I'll walk with this to the 4 tires. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and point this side of the tool to the tires to use the radio wave frequency to pick up those signals. So walk with me, follow me as we see what's happening. Alright, so we'll begin with right now we're at the driver side. So I point this towards so this is where the TPMS sensor is inside here. So I point my scan tool, see the logo for the TPMS. So see the logo right here. So I'll point this part of the scan tool to this and I press the trigger button. So trigger, oh that was fast. So for this particular sensor, you can see the tire pressure is at 5.2, the battery is okay, and it's asking me to go to the passenger side. That side is okay. Okay, trigger. Okay, so the passenger side is also okay. Sorry for the sun reflection, just bear with me. This side is also okay. We move to the rear passenger side and we also hit the trigger button. Alright, so this side is 34.0 and also okay. And we go to the last side. So right now we're on the rear driver side. I hit the trigger button and I point this to the tire. Okay, squaring. So I think this is the faulty side. They're still querying. Pardon the reflection from the screen. Okay, so this failed to query. So this is our faulty sensor. That's why the light is blinking on the dashboard. Alright, so we queried the 4 sides and we can see that the faulty sensor is the rear driver side. Yes, the left rear one. So it failed. So we need to open the tire, check for the sensor, check if it's still there, if it has been removed. If it's there, probably the battery is dead and we need to get a new TPMS for that and then replace it and then reprogram it. Alright, so that's how you use this scan tool to know what's happening with your TPMS sensors. So there's also the diagnostics part. For diagnostics, I'll have to plug this to the OBD port of the car. So this car has the OBD port just below this space. So I'll be plugging this. Make sure you plug it. So there's the longer part at the top and the smaller part at the bottom. So notice how it is, and same thing here. So I'll make sure I marry the two so that I don't bend any of the pins. Make sure you do this carefully so that you don't bend the pins. So insert it gently, and so I have power. So then I wait for the Bluetooth to establish communication, and once I hear the beep sound, so quickly you can come to this. This is a VCI, vehicle communication interface. So notice it's trying to communicate with that Bluetooth dongle that I plugged into the car. So it's scanning. Okay, you hear that beep sound, and if you come back here, it's showing blue. It means it has paired. So now I can proceed with what I was doing. So go back to the main menu. All right, so this scan tool allows us to go to the diagnostic section. There's a service section, the TPMS, but in this one, since we just want to know why the check engine light, so this is the check engine and this is the TPMS. So we first log in and we'll look at why this is on. We'll go to the diagnostic section. Please pardon the shaky video as I'm recording it myself. If you are enjoying this video, please support us by hitting the subscribe button and like. Now that we've established Bluetooth communication, we turn on the ignition. So make sure the ignition is turned on without starting the vehicle. Then we come to the scan tool. We go to the main menu. Well, since we're interested with the check engine light, we go here. Okay, so we go to this. This allows you to auto detect the VIN number of the car and pick the manufacturer, the year and all for you, so you don't have to do. But in case you try this and it doesn't work, then you do a manual input and put in the VIN number yourself. Okay, so let's start with the auto detect. So right now it's scanning the car. All right, beautiful. All right, sorry, the VIN number of the car starts with a 2, so it's a Ford USA. Okay, so yes, this is exactly the VIN number of the car. We hit the OK button. So it's trying to communicate with the vehicle. Just give it some seconds. Okay, so it's a 2017 vehicle. So we'll just hit this. So we confirm all this information and then we hit the yes. The owner of the car is complaining. He wants to know what the check engine light means. So in a few seconds we'll be able to pull out the code and also interpret what the fault might be. Okay, so we are on this screen. So this screen allows us to do diagnostics, do some hot function, service, programming. Yes, with this tool you can do some basic programming of this car, but not all the programming, mind you. And vehicle profile allows you to see the details of the car. So we hit the diagnostic section. So we can do a full scan or a control unit, but doing the full scan would do a comprehensive scan of the whole car, but we're just interested in why the check engine light is popping up. So we'll go to the control unit and we're interested in the PCM. This is your ABS, this is your restraint, this is for your airbag, this is for your occupants classification, blah blah blah. There's your IPC, this is your AC. So depending on what you want to look at, but like I said, we're just interested in what's happening in the ECU, the PCM. All right, so this is the ECU information. If you want to know the code and all that, the part number of the ECU, we're not interested in that. We just want to know what the error code is. So there's a read code, there's an erase code, there's a live data that allows you to see the live sensors, the value of the voltage reading of all the sensors running and real time. Active test allows you to do some tests, maybe. So this tool allows you to do what's called bidirectional test. Like from this active test, I can turn on the fan, I can turn on I can do many stuff from there. Okay, but we're interested in just reading the error code. So for the Ford vehicles, it has the 3 modes depending on the state of the engine. So the KOEO means the key on, engine off. The KOER, key on, engine running, and then continuous memory diagnostic code. So right now the engine is off but the key is on, so we go to key on, engine off, And the vehicle must be prepared for read code. Do not activate vehicle switches. Vehicle is not moving. Make sure the transmission rain selector should be in the park. Ensure the parking brake is on. Yes, check. The parking brake is on. And our back transmission is on park. Then we hit the OK button. Alright, so I just had the fan come on. So it's doing some self-check. It's checking the fan, checking the actuators, doing a basic test. Okay, so whenever that happens, there's no cause for alarm. You didn't break anything. It's just the car doing some basic tests before it brings up the error code. Alright, so these are the error codes that popped up. They're all similar. So this is telling you that it's pending, and this is a continuous monitoring diagnostic trouble code. So basically it's just telling you that the error is about to happen and it has happened. So it means that it's a persistent issue. And what's the error code? It's a P0430 and the P0420. Now because this car is a V6 engine, so if you notice the way my hand is a V, so this side is like one of your bank and this is another bank. So the catalytic on one bank is it's saying it's below threshold, and the catalytic on the other bank is also below threshold. So most V6 come with the two catalytic for each of the banks. So the one for bank 1, it's below threshold, and bank 2. So probably the catalytic converter in this car is faulty and needs to be replaced. Some cars, most of them are already stolen. We might even open it up and find out that it's empty. All right, so that's why we have the check engine lights on here. Even if we go ahead and erase the trouble code, because they're all below threshold, once the vehicle is driven for some time, the error codes will come back. All right, so we'll have the catalytic converters checked and probably replaced. Then we'll run this code again. So yes, that's basically how you check for error code. Different scanners will probably have different ways of going around it, but basically they're all the same process. If you're looking for a good scan tool, I've put together a collection of the ones I personally recommend. You can check them out using my affiliate link in the description box below. If you purchase through that link, it helps support this channel at no extra cost to you. Thank you for watching.